the steps and challenge
No
top secret.
problem. So just remind everyone what your name is and your peak rank and stuff like that, just for the background, and we can get into it.
Karma, and I would say like my peak rank is gold 3, but I didn't play too much
You
last
haven't
season.
played enough
Only
for
played,
sure.
like, yeah, so
No, okay, cool. So we're gonna put you in around the platinum level in our head and see what we can do. So I'm just gonna be watching you at the start. Nothing crazy. I'm not gonna be telling you what to do because I know it's quite a lot at the start. I'm just gonna see how you play, and kind of have a conversation with you. So don't worry too much about, oh, I have to win, have to win, have to win. Just play your game and have a conversation with me as we're playing. Nice. Perfect. That's 3 down. So the last guy's on the time. Look where your teammates spawn in the lobby, right? So they have to not be there. They have to be where? The other side of the map. They can come through the wine side.
Taking the lead. Stay on task.
somebody there.
What I'm going to do as well is I'm going to be muting my side and talking some stuff that I don't want to distract you with, but that you can watch back for the video just to help you out, okay? So I won't distract you. We'll do a bit of both, okay?
Okay.
So just off the break there, one thing I noticed when watching Karma there was like his awareness in the minimap. I could definitely see is not lacking, but it's something we could definitely work at. Like as soon as he got those 3 kills, the last kills on the time, and I told him, I could just tell straight away that wasn't like an instant reaction. Even right there, the spawn and stuff like that. So one thing I'm noticing. So right there, when you're there and you get behind their lanes, it's really important to just play your life. I see you kind of just running around and kind of getting lost with it. But I think it's understanding just kind of what's happening with the game and just adjusting our pacing accordingly. Good kill. See, they're gonna spawn. They're gonna spawn wine. They're gonna spawn wine. So not wine. They're gonna spawn.
When I was back there, my teammate was towards well, so I thought he might have picked it up.
Yeah. Okay. We gotta be careful to not assume in solo queue, right? Because assuming is always gonna get us in trouble. Good help. Got unlucky. See what you do for the break there. So right there, that's another thing we want to do. We want to maintain pressure there. So you keep doing your thing new, but I'm going to show you there where we keep pressure. So right there, I didn't mind you like pushing up to the head glitch. Push up to the head glitch on the left and keep them trapped in the hill. Yeah. Keep them trapped there. Okay, now no one's there, so go top middle, go top middle, go top middle ASAP. Yeah, there you go, on your left there. There you go. Okay, so now, now go through middle. So you see how you're clearing the area? Sometimes a bit better to do that, to clear the area. Then you know that they have to be on the point. Now it's easy. You have the high ground. Okay, so that just quicker there. So you know you're backing away. We want to just do what I wanted you to do there quicker, and then you would have got to the top area just a lot faster. So we're going to go through that in a private game together, so don't worry about it too much. Same thing there, right? It's just about like your teammates are on the time. You can play tight to the wall on the right there. You kind of just ran across them. There was no real output right now. I feel like you're running a lot with no real plan, but this isn't a bad start, to be honest with you. We have a lot we can go through together, so don't even worry about it. It's not a bad start at all. What's good, stream? I am currently in a session right now, so I'm not going to be replying just yet, but thank you guys so much. What's good? We got Big Augie, we got Simples coming through, we got Big Shah. Appreciate you guys. We've got Tyson. Hope you guys are doing phenomenal, man. Hope you guys are doing phenomenal. We're just going to chill for a bit, go through the session with my friend Karma, and then we'll catch up with the chat, okay? So I'm not being rude by not replying, but I just, I started the stream as soon as I started the session, so I want to give my full attention there, but I hope you guys are having a good time. Sit back, relax, and we're going to get through it. Okay? So same situation there. Yeah, we definitely have to work through this pacing thing. I can just see you're constantly sprinting. You actually have a decent understanding of the game. I can see you understanding the game, but we just have to help you a little bit, clean things up a little bit, okay? Whole team die right now, so you play this. So I just muted up again, right? That's another situation where
giving up.
One thing I'm seeing from this player is constantly just running to the enemy hill and not waiting for timings with the team. Not waiting for timings with the team, not really playing smart, just kind of constantly running to the hill. That's something I'm seeing a lot here. So right now they're going to come through. Yep, that's the last guy. The rest are going to come through the wine and secretly see how they plays this.
Hostiles have captured the Hardpoint.
He thought as a teammate.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not doing very good at all.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine. There's a few like really obvious stuff. Like one obvious thing that I was waiting for you to do, right, is just the lack of flexibility. You haven't once switched to an AR on this map,
Yeah.
on this game, right? And it's just like you're just costing yourself by doing that. There was times, or even pick up an AR, right? Like how many times have you picked up an AR today, like in this map? 0?
Yeah, I haven't
Yeah.
yet.
It's just like things like that. Are just you're just making it difficult for yourself. Memories like that. So these little things we can go through. Why do you seem like you're lost in confidence? You seem a bit like disappointed. What's going on?
I thought I could play better. Well,
Okay,
I usually
let's forfeit and get another game. Let's forfeit and get another game.
Okay.
Get another game in. No problem. Let's go through the private game first. We'll go through a few stuff, then you can get another game, okay?
Uh-huh. I was watching the same angle as him. That's my problem.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of that. Even like the pressure. So right now, look, this is what we spoke about the pressure on the left, right? But you have a sub here. There's literally no point holding with a sub. So that's what you should switch yourself to now. Perfect. Now you go top middle again. Good. So this is good. Now, okay, they're not there. Where they're going to come from? Probably far right. There you go. So now we get the far right. Now don't jump off here. Hold this high ground. Just chill. Right, chuck a stun, chuck a nade. Watch your top now. Watch your top now. Your teammates are there. There you go. So just that, but quicker.
Stun from before.
That's okay. That, but quicker, right? That, but quicker. That's okay. No, that's fine if you don't. That's fine. But that, but quicker. So you can do the right stuff. We're gonna go through it again together. But you're just right now. You are doing the good. Take that. Watch these stairs and this area. Watch the right stairs. Watch the right stairs. Watch the right stairs. Like, go top middle. Yeah. The stairs on your right. Watch the stairs on your right. Watch the stairs on your right. Don't worry about that. Watch the stairs on your right. Your teammates have that on your right. In the room. Yeah, those stairs. There you go. Those. There you go. So now if they're not there, now watch over. See, so those are the things you have to be quicker at checking. Okay. Okay. Now hold the rotation going to new. So just make sure they can't rotate through new. If they're not here, they're going to come through middle. They can't be behind you. Your team's there, so we've got to be quicker to get middle here. There you go. Checking this middle pit. Now just playing off angle. Okay, that's the last guy. Okay, unlucky. Again, you're making the better plays now. This second rotation. That's fine. You're making the better plays. You've got to be quicker now. Next time we've got to be quicker. We're going to go through in private game. How we can be quicker. Right, that you should expect them to come Lambo, right? So when you go around that corner, realize a angle. I can't really push that side. I know it's the right route, but the enemy's right there, so I've got to be very careful there. Okay, normally I would say if you want to just play, but the reason I say full foot is because obviously you want to time, so you know we can work through some stuff.
Yeah,
but
right.
Otherwise, you know, I wouldn't say full foot every time. It's just in this situation, your teammates are giving up.
No, I usually don't forfeit and just play it out, and because I just try to practice.
Exactly. And like I said, I think this game's over, which is absolutely fine. But this is good to get your shot on this and that, all right? There's a few main variables, okay? So one thing we mentioned a lot. Actually, right here, stay up top, and watch your left there. Okay, that's fine.
That's fine. That was
the
last one, apparently.
That's perfect. Oh, okay. Okay, so when I look at this, right, as a whole, okay, you have a good understanding. Like, your shell as a player is actually good. The only thing right now is we just need way more experience. We just need way more experience in almost all those areas, okay? Like, mechanically, there's things we could work on, awareness, and just little things, right? But the first thing I'm going to talk about, and the most simple way of explaining this, is that game, I saw you with a jackal every single moment, okay? There were certain times where your team needed you to pick up a certain lane, but because your weapon didn't allow that, you were ignoring that lane, okay? So the first thing I would say to you is be a little bit more open-minded in terms of, okay, if I have a jackal, that's my preferred thing, that's not a problem. But at certain times, I may need to be a bit more aggressive or a bit slower and hold a certain area. I need to be open to switching weapons. That's the first thing I would say, okay? And that just naturally opens up more space, because one thing you did really well was you are actually trying to play for your team. You were trying to go to certain areas, right? But there was also certain times where you needed to pick up certain areas, but you didn't do that because of your weapon of choice. So number one, before we change anything else, I want you to be more flexible with an AR or a sub, okay? Could you join my private game for me, please? I'm going to set it up now. And
usually I do try to switch it up. And
so what was the issue in that one, would you say? So why did you not do it there?
So a couple times on P1 there, I saw both my teammates just standing topside, so I was like, they're just watching over.
You can I'll join you. I'll join you though.
Oh.
I'll join you. Give me a sec. I can see a code. So that's really important, right? Because I have a conversation about this. So you're saying like, oh, you know, a couple of times on P1 I saw my teammate, but you got to remember as
Right.
the game evolves, there's so many other areas. So let's just say at the start, like, yes, your teammates are using 2 ARs, right? Let's say that's the case. That's fine then. In that scenario, fine. But as the game evolves, then there were so many times there where you needed an AR, and you know, using that example at the very beginning is kind of like the opposite effect. If anything, that should say, hang
Yeah.
on, like. I looked at the start, maybe I was right to run a sub then, but as the game develops, like things are clearly not going well. So we have to make sure,
Right.
or even just picking up an AR, that's also an option. I'm not saying you have to hold it, just pick it
Yeah.
up as well, right? Let's go through the
Yeah.
game and we'll go through it together. So if you could go to
Do
Hacienda
you want
for
me
me,
to
please.
change anything?
Yeah, cool. So I'll go through the stuff with you, don't worry, I got you. So if you go to
Okay.
Hacienda for me, please.
Yep. Oh, sorry. Nope. I
You
started
literally just left the game.
it. I started it on
That was not
accident.
what we wanted.
I'll just join yours. I think it'll be easier if you can give me a code.
You tweet. That's a big thing. What's going on?
Yeah,
You're
I just
tweaking a lot
want
today.
start.
Even in the game, I feel like
It's
you're a bit
early in the morning.
nervous.
I usually don't play this early in the morning either, but I'm not trying to use any excuse.
I like that you ended with that because you know what I'm like. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not an excuse
Yeah, I don't want
guy.
to use any excuse for this. Yeah, you can be
Now,
harsh on it
now
all
this
you
is
want.
important, okay? Things like those variables, they do have a variable, I
Right.
agree, but not enough
Yeah.
to make a difference. And I always use a simple example.
Right.
Did you aim down sight when you played? The answer is yes. So the
Yeah,
reason
yeah,
why is because it
yeah.
was a muscle
And I
memory.
warmed up
So
before this too.
exactly.
So, it's
So
all
you know
my-
all these
it's
other
all
all
on
these
me.
other small areas. Like for example, let's say like you're like, you know what? Honestly, normally I pick up an AR, right? For me,
Right.
that is still not good enough. If you didn't do it now, it's just a muscle memory thing. So even if you use it sometimes, not doing it now is a simple muscle memory thing. Okay. So
Mhm.
do you want the code or should I invite you for recent players?
Oh, you can just invite me. Yeah. Oh, you might not see. I think it's offline.
Oh yeah, okay, I see.
here,
Okay,
here.
cool. I'll give you the code. Let me know when you're ready. I'll give you the code.
Yep, I'm ready.
Perfect. So it's XXG DK.
I think I should be joining.
It's good stream.
Okay.
All right, let me know when you're ready. All good?
I'm ready.
All
Yep,
good? All good?
I
All right,
have
perfect.
tech insertion on too.
Good. I like that. You're staying ahead of the game. That's what I like to see. Okay. So what we're going to do is go through some simple stuff, just nice and easy stuff that honestly you, with your current skill level, I expect you to do because it's not like you don't have the gun skill. Okay. Can you first of all tell me your class? Because your weapon looks slightly different.
The Jackal class?
Yeah. You have an interesting... Okay. Why did it... Oh, you don't run the Ranger? You run vertical? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I thought something looked a bit different. Okay, everything else is the same.
Everything else, this is all for my bot shooting, so I can just pick up.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. No, that was more the weapon I was referring to.
The other stuff on now.
No, that's fine. You don't need to do that. That's fine. You can leave your stuff. You're good.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it was just a weapon I was referring to. It wasn't like the attack, the perks.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we can go through. All right. So like I said, at the very first rotation, the first thing I saw, okay, so you guys got a 3-piece. As soon as you got the 3-piece, okay, your teammate was spawning lobby. And I don't know if you remember, you ran towards lobby.
Yeah, he spawned behind me. He spawned towards P2, and then I ran up to check, but I was like 2 seconds late on that.
Exactly. Now, let's just pause on that, right? So, first of all, it's really good self-evaluation from yourself. Just kind of understanding that, yep, that was the situation. It's good
And
that
then
you remember that.
I ran towards top secret, and they didn't spawn there.
So in that scenario, it's just, again, and when you went to secret, it's kind of when I told you, like, go that way. But it's like, I shouldn't have to, whether you're going to do it or not, have to even mention that. That should just be like, so meet me at top for a second. And again, these are small variables we're going to go through together, okay? So if you come towards me, okay, perfect. So we get 3 down right now. The second you get 3 down now and you're going through and you're like this side, you should know you're good. Like your teammates are spawning there. As soon as you get that 3 down, you have a kind of like an opportunity here. Okay, let's just slow this for a second down. We're always thinking ahead of the game. What we mean by that is, what is the next hill? In this scenario, the next hill is P2, which is this side of the map. So the most simple thing we want to do, okay? The most simple thing we want to do is near the end of P1, at the end of P1, we want to make sure that our spawn is this side of the map. That's basically the core essence of Hardpoint in general. Is you want to make sure that the next spawn you are next to, okay? Anything I'm saying, or you just let me know to stop, and we can go through it in more detail, okay? Please don't feel like you can't stop me. Like,
Yeah, I
please
think
just
I
stop
ran
me and
right
ask
here,
questions.
and then I turned around.
That's
and started
exactly
running
it.
for stop
That's
safer.
exactly it. Now, in this scenario, it's all about timing. So when you kill someone, we have a 2.5 second time before they spawn up. Now, they could spawn, like you kind of correctly assumed, under the back left there, or they could spawn other side there, or maybe back wide. The point is they should spawn that side, right? Which is fine. So in this scenario, we go through, and your goal should be to get across into a creddy corner, so that you could see them in this area. You want to keep them basically pinned back here, and this is where, even if you don't know the spawns, this is where elimination of process takes place. Okay, so you go through, you're standing here, now you're watching this area. Once you don't see them here, okay, this gives you information. This tells you that they're not here. But I don't know if you, obviously when you're playing it's a little bit fast paced, but what actually happened was this: somebody was here because of this. The way I knew that was they shot like this. So they actually shot before you got here, and this is where timing is crucial. Right now, I actually think you have an understanding of the game. You understand the game.
If I
but
didn't
it's
run
just the
back
time exactly,
here,
and that's the timing thing. I know 100%. I don't think there's a problem. I think your timing was perfect there. I think you go through, you get there, you hold this lane, and you get that free kill. Now, just to use that example is to show you that you have the understanding. What we need to work on now is just that timing, and that takes time and skill. That's a skill in itself, okay? So understanding is one thing, but the timing is the other thing. So just when you're playing, just be self-evaluating and say, right, what's going on with the timing? Okay, I'm a bit late here, and that's fine. That's kind of the main point for number one, okay? Then the second point, so that was kind of P1, and that's fine. Everything else is fine. When you're there on the time, do what you need to do, finesse, be annoying, whatever, that's fine. Now we go to P2, okay? Now when you're going through this area here, remember what we said, never assume. This is where the game started to go downhill, in my opinion. Like, just off the break.
Yeah, I ran like right here, and then I saw someone in, like, my teammate spawning all the way back there, like back outer, closer to P3,
so this is,
maybe.
in fact, let's actually talk about this, right? So we're on P2 right now, okay? So we're on P2, and we have certain spawns. So when we're on the certain spawns right now, okay, we're on P2. If your teammate is spawning here, if anything, is this a primary spawn or a secondary spawn for you?
Secondary.
Okay. So this is a secondary spawn. Okay. So in this situation, if you have a teammate spawn here, if anything, that should tell you, hang on, that means someone is blocking the back, right?
Yeah.
So you should, in fact, go even more this side and kind of play for that guy. It doesn't matter if you have a submachine gun. It just matters that you hold this area, or you block it, or you be annoying, okay? So you go through, you be annoying, try to get this kill, and then work around the lobby, but you kind of just rush it, even then when you're playing. And this is where I said about timing. Something I saw from you, and it's just about having that discipline to just slow down and kind of play corners for a second and just chill and understand the situation. Because right now, what I'm realizing is you have a good understanding, and everyone watching as well, I'm sure a lot of people are in the same scenario. When you're watching me or other streamers, you're like, oh, I actually understand what's going on. But one thing you're doing wrong is you're not executing. And the big difference there is slowing down the game to understand, okay? I would rather you be here and think about it for a second. Right, what should I do? Let me explain why. Could you put attack into head for me? Okay, now think about this. Come with me. Let's take this route, okay? Yep. Let's start from here. We're going to reverse engineer this route. Ready? So just follow me. 3, 2, 1, go. So we're going on 25 minutes 35, okay?
Yep.
Okay, this route here, imagine if we spawned here. That is a 10-second route. Now, that's assuming we see no one on the way running with our knives up. Okay, so we could go again now. So imagine we spawn up, we go again now. Okay, we go through this way, we go through this way, go across, we don't even check anything, and we ended up right there, okay? The point is that could take us about 10 to 15 seconds to get back to this spot. So what my whole point about that is, when you're here, you have cleared this area, okay? Hold this for a second. At least you have okay spawns. This is okay spawns. It's not perfect, but it's definitely not bad. You're close to the hill. So this is kind of like, imagine you're playing like a game mode where you're like taking camp, right? Imagine you're taking camp somewhere. They're like, right, that's our end goal. Let's take camp here. Let's chill for a second. Let's refuel, get some juice. See where I'm coming from? Like, just take space there. Say, right, let's just chill for a second. We're good. I'm not saying chill for hours. I'm saying just chill for 3 to 4 seconds and understand what's going on right now. Okay, cool. And this is another thing that I'm not seeing you do. You may think you're doing it, but as a, watching you, this isn't what I'm seeing personally. And that is waiting for your teammates and pinching efficiently and effectively. One thing I'm noticing is you, again, this is not talking about pacing, is you're going and you're not stopping, you're just going. But what you need to do is you need to essentially go into the door when you have another teammate also going into the door at a similar time. Now, why do you think I'm expecting or wanting you guys to go in at the same time or similar?
To pinch them at the similar time, so it's
Exactly.
more
because
of us.
Think about it as well. We don't know where they are. We don't know where they are. There's so many corners they could be sitting, right? But there's not really a chance they could shoot both people at the same time. So let's just say they give it up completely and they sit like this. Let's say they're sitting like this, okay? Like prone like this, right? We won't be able to know this until we clear the area. Once we clear the area, we can go through and I can slide across. Once I slide across, they're going to come for me like this. They're going to try and chase me like this. But my teammates watching over me. The point is you play together. So when you get to these power spots, I need you to play a little bit more disciplined. And you remember in the game what you said to me, I thought my teammate was going to go to the back. The first things first is you are a team. So if he's going to the back, your priority should have actually maybe said, why didn't I go to the back with him? You basically got greedy and went for the hill, right? You skipped the important step. You got here, great. And then you said, I'm going for the hill, go for the hill, go for the hill. Now, remember what we said, is going for the hill here a bad thing? No. If your team are pinching. But by yourself, when you don't have spawns going through here, you're basically more than likely to die. Now that you've died, where do you spawn? All the way back here. Rock. All the way back here. So now not only have you died, you've wasted that 10-second progression. It takes you 3 seconds to spawn. Now you're here. Now it's just like you're giving them everything. And then you're like, I'm not going to take that route because it's too long. So all I'm saying is that very first kill, sometimes it's super important to just get space, be annoying, and hold it. Okay? And this is the other thing now. Why space is so important. When we're chilling here, what are we doing? We are basically holding this map control. We're being annoying, right? And we're now trying to break in. We're trying to be annoying. We're trying to block spawns. We're good to go. Let's say we die right now, okay? Okay, we're cool. We die. We spawn the other side. But let's say we do take this route. We're like, you know what? We offset to take this right. It's a good route. So we come through this right again, okay? What if this time, we'll try and come through the right? So come through the... So stand here for me.
Yeah.
When I say now, try and push through, okay?
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go now. Okay, watch kill cam. Let's just say someone was sitting there watching well, and then I was going to take a route myself through lobby, right? Imagine all of that progression you took to die again now, because I've got that map control now. You see what I'm saying? You can't, like, what if I sat here? What if I sat here, right? And now you're taking a 10-second route, going through like that, then you die. That's another 10 seconds. So this now is not a 3-second route, it's a 25-second route. And these are the things that people don't see, and I want you to be a bit more cautious with that. Any questions on that? Because that was something I noticed a few times, not just once.
That makes perfectly good sense.
Good. I love that. Okay, let's use that same topic that we just mentioned onto a P4, because this is where it happened again. Now, by this point, I believe the game was probably done, right? There was quite a lot of people that are probably done. That's fine, but we're not worried about that. Right now, what we're worried about is, again, how we approached it. So you had 3 teammates behind you. All of them died. You were standing here. Okay, your whole team died. When your whole team die now, you either want to just hold space, take space, be annoying, kind of be a distraction, go for middle, but you just kind of went in again, and then you died. And the problem with this, again, you know when you're standing like this? If I'm standing here, I am not letting my opponent push up like this, or push up like this, right? I'm not letting them push up. When I'm standing like this, I'm keeping, yes, they got the point, but I'm not allowing them to push up and get control. So me standing like this, even like this, being annoying, trying to get some time, or going through middle and like maybe watching it like this, you are maintaining at least a certain amount of map control. You with me? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But when you go through and die like this, and now it's 4 down, as an opponent, do you know what I do? I do this.
You push up.
I hide right here.
Yep.
Okay? Now, and again, think about it from the perspective now of you. When you're standing here, the first thing you're going to do is slide cancel like that. You're trying to watch out for that. You're not even looking at this deep corner. And also, if they set up a good crossfire, they may have somebody like this. They may have somebody like this as well, right? Now, when you slide cancel around the corner, who are you going to go for, me or my teammate on the floor? These are the difficult gunfights, so I'm pushing you out. So these deaths you're having are making it difficult for you. Do you not see sometimes that it's such a hard break in comparison to sometimes it's easy? And a big part of it is because you're trying to go alone, and what you're doing is what a lot of platinum players do, okay? They go at their own pacing. And what I mean by that is they go, when they spawn, they go. When they spawn, they go. When they spawn, they go. So you're basically hoping that the game naturally spawns you with your team and you push together. You're not actually making the timing yourself. You're hoping for the game to make the timing for you. That is a key difference. So when you spawn and your teammates are dead and you're here, just say, right, what is your goal now? To break the hill? No. What is my goal? To hold map
To
control.
clear this area.
Hold map
and-
control, be annoying. If I can get a kill, somehow I get a kill and back away, now my teammates are behind me, now it's a 4v3. That's perfect. If not, I'm just going to be annoying, try to shoot, back away, play my life, at least just put some sort of pressure. But what you don't want to do is slide cancel in, die, and now your teammates are in a 3v4, you spawn out again. And the thing is, remember, your teammates are doing the same thing, so they're not in a 3v4 either. They're in actually a 1v4 consistently. And that's what happens in these plat lobbies. Everyone's doing the same thing as you. So give yourself a chance. Okay? And those are the two variables where you did that. Any questions on that? That's kind of the same point from earlier, but just going further with it a little bit, because again, I saw the same thing there.
That makes sense. I shouldn't have been like doing anything by
Do
myself.
you see that as well in your game?
Away from my teammates more.
Do you see that as well? Do you feel like sometimes you may do that? What I kind of just mentioned?
Yeah, I think I do that. I think maybe I was doing that a little more last game because we were down so much.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. Again, things like that are definitely fair. But these are habits that we have to make sure we're not doing, right? So, because it happens at the start. Because when it happened on the P2, those are the things that chain and cause you to be down. And remember, when you're losing, what we're working on, we're working on our potential. We're working on making sure we're playing smart and stuff. So we have to be better at that, okay? And there were certain times I saw you try it, which is fine. Again, your teammate's here, right? And this is just about angles again. When your teammate's here and he's kind of sliding out and you're watching over him, I didn't mind you not sliding out either and just standing here, because then you create a little bit of a spread between you and your teammate. You know when you both slide out like that?
He slid out this way and then I slid out towards inwards.
Yeah, exactly that. But even then, I feel like you don't need to do that because you don't know where he's at. When your teammate slides out like that, he's essentially baiting and kind of giving himself up for free. I feel like you're good to just stand there and like make sure you're protecting him essentially. I don't know, again, small detail, but I didn't love it when you stood out too. I feel like it was just, again, the angles didn't really help you there, because like, what if the guy was sitting like this? Say he was sitting like this, right?
That's exactly where he was sitting.
And then you're both sliding out. It's like it's easy to kill you and then kill him. Where if he slides out and he's the bait and you're standing there, again, think about from his perspective. Now stand here for me. Okay. Now imagine this is me. Okay, I'm my one teammate slides there and the other teammate slides like this. Like even though we're both sliding separately, we're still lining up for you. But imagine if my teammate slid out and now you shoot my teammate on the right by the car. See what I'm saying? Then you kind of you have a little bit of a separation. So I'm not saying don't slide out, but give him a second to work with it. See what we're working with, get the first kill. Then you have a bit of a separation. Now your crosshair, where's my crosshair? It's going to be on the right by the Lambo, and by then you can kill me. So just again, be a bit better and smarter with that bait and switch. Okay. But those were it. We didn't really have much control there. The teams were a bit difficult, stuff like that. So that's fine. It's not really the end of the world. The last thing we want to go through, and then we're going to get you to another game, and then we'll go back into a brand again. Okay. And this is the last thing I saw. Again, one of the most crucial things is you spawn here. When you spawn here, the first thing you said to me was, I'm going to rotate. And I said, I think you should put some pressure on them. Your first thought right now, this is the issue. I'm going to show you. Could you stand here for me? Okay, we're going to have a race. I want you to rotate backwards like this towards the hill, okay? Not yet. Okay. You get your knife out. So you, and then I'm going to meet you on P3, okay?
All the way around towards,
how
barn,
you're going to take that route, exactly. Tell me when you're at P3, okay?
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, I'm by barn now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
got here
now
quicker.
think about it. I got there slightly quicker, but the biggest benefit is even if I didn't get there quicker, right? Think about what I could have done. Come with me. So the route you're taking, right? What do you get on the way? You don't really get anything. You're losing map control. Now, the one thing you are doing is blocking spawns. So this is where situational. I want to go through 2 examples. If you are, let's say you're by yourself right now, and this is super important because when I say something, what people do is they apply it to scenarios without the context. I think it's very important. There's 2 scenarios here, okay? If, let's say your whole team died, so right now your 3 team are dead, okay, and you're by yourself, I don't think you maybe need to do this. I think you are better off maybe backing away, kind of backing away all the way, holding the spawn, kind of hard blocking and playing for the rotation, just because you know the pressure's going to be here and you kind of want to be annoying. Even how I don't mind you kind of just sitting in this building and kind of playing annoying, right? Instead of going to the time, just being here, maybe hiding and just trying to be a thorn in their side because you know they're going to have control. Okay, so you happy with the first scenario? That's where I feel like you can do this play. Okay, you be annoying, you hide, you sit in a corner because you know they're going to push through. I don't want you to jump on the hill here either. Why do you think I don't want you to just jump on the hill when you're by yourself, when your team are dead?
To hold the power position up top.
So let's forget up top. Let's focus on the hill itself, right? So because you're giving me like a better solution, a substitution. But why am I saying this is? Why can't I hold it from here? Why am I saying? Why don't you want to get time? Like, why am I saying not to get time? There's a specific reason.
To play my life better.
Okay.
Up there.
That's the key point, right?
Not let them cross.
That's exactly. That's the key point. The time, realistically, if your team are spawning out back P2 right now, and you're on the time, you're basically like a ball, a gravity ball. They're all gonna come towards you and they're gonna kill you quicker, right? So I'd much rather you give them the initial time and like play a corner, and that way you can be like a thorn in their setup. Because right now their setup, where do they think you're coming from? They think your whole team's P2, right? So right now, where are their arrows gonna face? They're gonna have arrows like what, like this? Maybe like this?
Yeah, they're gonna be watching the other way.
Exactly. So now imagine their arrows like this. Okay, they're watching it like this, and imagine you just do this. You kill that first guy and then you reposition. Now they're going to be looking for you, and now you hide here, right? You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Yeah, and then my teammates can come.
And then think about, what's this guy going to do? This guy was sitting in here. What's he going to do when you shoot his teammate? He's going to start stressing and turn around.
Turn around. Yep.
Exactly. So this is important again. What do? Karma, you don't do this. You don't kill one and then jump on the time. Why? Because now they kill you and then they turn around again. Basically, you have to be smart and think, what is my goal? Your goal is to be annoying, back away, make the arrows face you, and then hide. Let them face you. Okay? So that's the first situation. That's where you do rotate backwards. If you want to, again, you don't have to, but, you know, if your teammates are there and you feel like your teammates are dead, they're spawning back P2 and you're the last one here, that's fine. Go for that rotation. This wasn't the case. In this situation, right, you had teammates across the map. So they were kind of like middle and the right, where the only thing really open was this far left. So in this scenario, you can't just give up all of this control and rotate around. Because think about it, as you're going backwards right now, you're giving up rock for free. You're letting them take this path that we're coming from. You're letting them get to this area for free. Now they get to this area for free, they just pinch your teammates. Okay? So if we know that they're on the time, instead of letting them go for free, we should think, okay, I spawned here, right? Let's think logically, okay? We have someone watching middle, someone on the far right. See what I'm saying? There's someone on the far right. Okay, how do we stop them? What do we do? Well, if I push up like this, I get information. Okay, now, stand here for me. Actually, no. You go to Lambo for me. Okay. Now, imagine you're getting scrap time. So you stand on the Lambo for me. Right, there's 10 seconds if you're getting scrap time. You'll stand on the Lambo. Watch the front. Perfect. Okay. Now, you're thinking of the route. You're thinking, okay, I'm going to take a route rock, and I'm going to make that play. Okay? Right now, just take that route rock for me and come all the way to the back like we were talking about. Okay, so I could have got that kill right there, okay? Obviously, that was good awareness for me, but let's say I was ready for that. Again, that was really good awareness for me. I wasn't shooting, but just to show you that was... But that's an example of like an angle, right? So if I wanted to, I could sit here. Now, again, what is the issue? What is the issue with this? Well, the issue is this. In this scenario, I'm assuming... when you get to this area here, when you get to rock, that you're going this way. But if you go like this, then I'm now useless and I've given up the control for nothing. So I technically I'm not watching rock. So what I always think is a good like bit of advice is try to go to the most further pushed up position before the opponents have to make a decision of where to go. So what I mean by that is if you're going to sit here, for example, like this, right? You are banking on the opponents to push through this area. Or if you did this, Let's say you did this, right?
Wait. Oh, up here. Okay.
Imagine if you did this instead. You say it like this, okay? What's the issue with this? What if they don't come up these stairs? What if they take the wrap round? What if they go around? Exactly. So we don't know where they're coming from. You have to remember, these are all predictions, right? They could even go outskirts, but we're not going to talk about that now. So what we need to do is limit their options. And how do we do that? Where do we stand so we know where they are? We stand right here. Why? Because then we know if they're on the hill and they go round, which gives us time. So again, depending on the map positioning, depending on what people have, is where you go. Now, imagine you have a teammate like this. You have a teammate sitting like this, holding middle like this, and he's like, I've got your middle and I've got your left door like this, right? And he tells you, pick up just my far left rock for me, the push through, right? Then you say, you know what? I'm okay with that. I can sit here, for example, now. Now I can sit like this. Why?
Yep.
Because I don't need to worry about this door. So do you see where I'm coming from? Why your teammates are super important? Depending on where they are is where you could sit. Now again, when we stand here right now, okay? If I see someone now, I'm going to try it. You go to the Lambo for me, And let's imagine we're on the rotation. Let's see how long it takes for you to push towards me and get through rock. Ready? So let's say the hill goes now. Try it now.
Okay.
Just run right at me, Carl. What happened there?
Oh, I was just pulling my knife out because I thought we were doing a timing.
Yeah,
thing.
no. So when I say timing under the assumption that I'm here as well. So you have not only the obstacle of running, but the obstacle of me. And let's see how you would actually get through, essentially. And if you were able to, or if you maybe had to reroute or stuff like that, okay? So let's go 3, 2, let's go on 9 minutes. So go now. Okay, let's stop for a second. So I should have got more ammo. That was stupid. I ran out of ammo. That stopped shooting with my sub there, right? But on that scenario, okay. So let's just say I personally don't like when you run out like that. And to be honest with you, you're dead most times there. I wasn't really gonna kill you there, but you know when you run out like that, we're gonna get through that in a second as well because I've seen you do that in the game. That's not the approach you want to take, and the reason why is so let's say I have an AR right now, okay, and you're running out. I make you one shot. I just make you one shot or I kill you. If you're one shot and you're in the corner, go in the corner for me. And this right.
Yeah.
If you're in the corner, I can just go around and you're one shot, so just kill you, right? So in that scenario, just as a separate point, right? Because we're just trying to go through different points. If I want to push forward here, your biggest thing you do is you have to shoot the opponent, make him weak, then close the gap. Because when he's weak, he's going to back down, then you close the gap, okay? But that's besides the point. We'll get through that after. The whole point here, though, was to show you that it just takes a little bit longer. So I'm delaying your push, okay? And then I have all the leverage to reposition. So any points or questions on this specific thing, because this is exactly what happened in game. Do you remember this point in game where you were rotating backwards and I said, I think you should maybe hold them rock for a second?
Yeah. I understand that because, and then I think I did hold it the second time. Yeah. By the time it was over, basically, though.
And now, remember what we said about information, okay? And it's all about information. So we go to rock and we see no one there. So what do we do now? We say, you know what? Okay, no one's there. No one's in this scenario. How about we go through middle? And now we check this here on the left. We see no one here. So we slide backwards, we go through. And now we check this middle here. If no one is here, we're either a little bit early, which is also a possibility, or they're all going through the right. So what do we do? Yeah. We look at our map and say, right, my teammates out well. I have confidence they can hold that. I'm just going to hold middle here. And then just hold it for a second or go back to the left, whatever you want to do. Okay, and just hold it. Another thing is timing, right? If you hold it, and we feel like, I don't want to check the rock. I feel like they've gone past already. And we go backwards here and we check it through this window. So you have to just have that understanding yourself to realize the timings and the gaps you could have given. You see where I'm coming from? Like right now, instead if I go left, I'll say, you know what? I've given up rock early. They could have gone left now. I'm actually going to back away and just see if they're coming through the left. No one's there. Okay, I think we're good. And now I'll go back here. And then, you know, you could think, right, there's a chance someone gets by, but, you know, the timing is very thin. So these are the layers to the game that I want you to just develop a little bit more, which you're doing a great job at, but these are a little bit more layers, okay? And then we go through. Your teammate right now, teammate's got middle, your teammate's on the time, you feel like the pressure's on the right, you go through, you know what, let me go through, let me help them, go across, go through now, we slide away, we don't even go through, we stand up like that, and then we kill one, back away, good to go, reposition, be annoying, sit in this corner. And these are the levels of the game I want you to develop a little bit, because we want doing this enough. We want attacking from different angles, shooting them from different angles, backing away, be annoying, and stuff like that. Those are the small variables, okay? And yeah, those are the main points I saw. Didn't switch your AR. Again, right here, an AR would be lovely, right? An AR would be lovely. So when you spawn up rock, maybe the first thing we should say is, you know what, I spawn up rock. As soon as I spawn up, all right, let me press start switch, boom, go an AR out. Watch this area, no one's here, I'm going to go through. Okay, I think they're coming through middle. Back away. Anyone coming through middle? Back away. No one coming through middle, I'm just going to hold it. Okay, my team is, I can see 3 people on the red dot. Go through. Okay, it looks like they've gone past this line already. You know, I need to back away a little bit for map control. I'm back away. I'm going to get this kill here. Now I've got this kill, I'll watch the top again. And this happened again right here, okay? And this is again about tunnel vision. You were doing this a lot, right? Could you kill me for a second? Okay. Now, this could be a comment from me. I was saying your stairs on the right. So when you're standing here, you're standing out this, right? I say, get the stairs on the right, get the stairs on the right. Again, I know it's a bad comp, but you should think immediately, okay, stairs on my right. What's my right? Okay, these are the stairs on the right.
Yeah.
Yeah? But the reason I said to watch this, and again, the timing that I was getting like, no, you're going to die, was because of this, okay?
I actually did think you meant these plat stairs instead of the office stairs here.
Because you're already looking at these, right? So I said, get the stairs on the right.
Yeah.
because I should have said inside, but I feel like that would have been, yeah, so I just wanted, but anyways, that's fine. But the reason I said that right now, okay, is because of this. They are spawning back here. Come on there for a second. And this is again where I want you to be sharper and quicker. They're spawning back here, right? Cool. So they're spawning back here, they're going through. The only two routes they're most likely going to take, okay, is this area here is the most popular route, or they're going to go through like this. Okay? Now, can they take a deep route? Absolutely. But by then you will know from the kill feed. So that's why you give yourself the timing. They're only going to take that deep route after 10 or 15 seconds. So when you're standing here and you slide cancel and you're watching this area, as soon as you see no one here, your first thought should be this. Before I even tell you. But you were here, you were fighting one guy, and then one guy was trapped there, and they saw you. You were just sitting like this. I'm like, yo, check inside. Because you're giving yourself that bad timing. So as soon as you kill one person, you should be immediately like checking this area. No one's here, let me go back, catch a timing, go back, and keep them both trapped there. Remember we spoke about this, like watching multiple lanes? That is it. Like, that's how you do it. Okay? And then again, if you feel like, okay, my teammate has this now. Again, your teammate has that now. You're good. Just hold this area. Now, if you see no one here, and you back away, so right, no one's here, and your teammate has those stairs, what does it mean?
That they spawned out, like they could have flipped to the well side.
So very important. Remember, they've all spawned here now.
Or
This scenario.
Took the secondary. Okay, so, then they took the other route that you mentioned.
Exactly. So sometimes it's as simple as that, right? So they've taken the route, right? We know that if they pushed these stairs, they would have done it by now. It's been like 7-8 seconds since they've spawned, right? So they would have spawned it. Okay, cool. So what we do is this. We turn around, we watch the right, maybe watch the right here. Maybe we catch someone. Yeah. Maybe we don't. We go through here, right? What if he comes through this door? So we go through, we stand here, maybe watch this window like this. And guess what? We catch them. You might, again, this is why timing is important. You might see them like this. Then you get the kill. See what I'm saying? So you give yourself that time, you give yourself that opportunity, or you might see him trying to jump out that window on the right. But the only way you do that is by giving yourself an opportunity. You see no one, you say, you know what, it's okay, I'm going to go back here. He's probably maybe this top window, and you maybe find him and stuff like that. But you just be annoying, you hold a power position, stuff like that. And those are the key things. We rotate now, we're going through the top. So you know what, let's rotate. Okay, I'm early. They have to come through the old hill. Why don't I sit here for a second? I'm going to turn around, watch this area like this. Okay, anyone here? No, I'm back away. And I just want you to play more creddy. There was never times where like you had the hill and you would like push through and play creddy. But at the same time, they were better than your team overall. So I can see that was, you know, one of those where we didn't get an opportunity to be creddy. Okay.
Yeah, I tried to cut lanes, but I think in that situation we were just losing and we didn't really have the point, so it was harder.
Yeah, no, that's fair. And again, in that scenario, what can we do? You know, switch to an AR then. If you feel like you have no control, that's when you get an AR up. Right then, did you even see me there?
No, I saw you at the end, like, as soon as
Imagine
you
that
started
actual spot in the game. Like, that, those are the little credit spots we need to do. And that kill there, do you know how, like, annoying it is to play against? Because they're gone for ages now. But go for it. Search for another game. I'm going to, I've got your stream up, okay? And this time, remember what we went through. What were the key points we went through? 1, adapting, so AR, sub. 2, just keep suffocating the map control. Bro, are you okay? It's always in the menu.
There we go.
There you go. We're good. We got there eventually. All right, perfect. Yeah, great. Let's go for it. How would you split your time currently?
Well, I try to play. What do you mean? Like, how long do I play for?
Like an average week. Like, how do you split your time in terms of like you're playing? So
well, now I'm trying to play like 3-4 hours, 3-4 times a week, so like 12 hours.
Okay, and when you do that, what are you doing specifically?
Well, before I usually shoot bots for a while, at least like 100 bots.
Yeah. So you shoot 100 bots and you run some ranked.
Yeah.
Okay. How long does 100 bots take you?
Maybe like 30 minutes, maybe less. It just depends what I'm doing. Sometimes I try to like switch it up. Sometimes I play TDM.
Okay. Yeah. And what about that? What do you do? Just like normal stuff, or do you do like specific drills and stuff, or?
Yeah, I'm just sliding and doing all that, like working on my movement.
Sure. So with that kind of stuff, what I would say is like, it is just a numbers game at that point. Because you got to remember, think about how many people I coach, right? Like you've seen the videos, the calls, like you know about the tactical insurgent and stuff like that. Like what do most people say when I ask about warming up?
That they don't shoot too many bots. And
I feel like most people say like, maybe every like 2 out of 3 would say, yeah, I shoot about 100 bots. 1 would say, I don't really warm up, right? That's kind of my general thing, right? So think about you now standing out in that crowd, okay? The first thing I would say in that crowd is most people that I coach around this level have a similar answer to you about, yeah, I'll shoot about 100 bots. So just based on pure mechanics, if you want to get ahead, right, I don't think, you know, there's much to it besides what we just mentioned about specifically saying, you know what, if everyone else is getting 100 bots in when they play 3-4 times a week as well, maybe I should do a little bit more. That's kind of the first thing I would say.
Right. Yeah.
If you want to get mechanically better, which I'm sure you do. All right, let's go, my friend. Let's see how you do this one, okay? We had some nice little private session, so I think we're good here, bro. You got the understanding. Let's see how you play. Good. Do one catwalk and then think about the other two where they could come from. Okay, not bad there. Not bad. Maybe overheat a little bit in terms of timing. Like the way when you go in that catwalk area, you want to go when they're dead, not when they're pushing it, because it's gonna be a little bit difficult.
I see him watching our spawns.
Lobby area, sorry.
We're defending Alpha.
Now let's see what you do here. Okay, what do we do? We got 3 down, we got 3 down, we got 3 down. Should we get active off the break there? Should we go active quicker there, okay?
Oh, I got stunned by somebody.
So right there again, that needs to be like even 2 seconds quicker. He's got underground, he's underground. Watch your jump up on the A, watch your jump up on B, watch your jump up on the point, on the point, on the point.
Bravo.
Yeah, you went underground. There you go. Okay, so you know where the last guy is on the far left there, okay?
The enemy is low on life.
Push round, go underground and push all the way around to the P2 side. Go to P2, and then just pinch them fully, okay?
Zones.
So pinch them fully now. Yeah, go.
We're contesting Alpha.
No, keep, okay.
Taking multiple zones. Defend.
Yeah, I was gonna say keep pinching to the B guy, but that's alright, that's right. There you go. Just chill. Stay where you are. You're good, yeah. Okay. In terms of slaying out, you were playing a lot, like you slayed out much better against these guys. Like that was a great round from 9-1, right? I'm not really looking at the KD. I think you played that really good for these type of levels. Like I think that was really good from you, okay? The only thing I'm gonna say is in terms of like getting you to the diamond level, that's where our timing needs to be better and faster. But in these lobbies, that was like 10 out of 10 gameplay. And if you can play like this going forward, you're going to be out of here in no time and get through the plat levels, okay? So what you just did there was really good for these lobbies. Just to clean up a little bit, we just need to make sure our timing is slightly better and our angles are slightly better. But that was really good. Let's see if we can repeat that going forward.
Okay.
But that's the type of play style I want you to play at, where it was, you know, constantly moving, being aggressive, stuff like that. Again, we can clean up a little bit more, but that was
stuck.
Capturing multiple zones. Enemies are contesting Zone B.
Yeah, it's fine. Not the route I want to start with, but it's okay. You know, this, you get spawn trapped, this is what it is. But let's see how you get out of this spawn trap. That's 2 down.
Time's nearly up. Close it down.
What's the plan there?
I was gonna go around
Enemy
and
testing.
knock it onto B.
Taking A. We're taking multiple zones.
Oh.
This round's more of a sprinting simulator. This is what happens when they're set up. And this is where I feel like you're struggling the most, is when people are set up. Like round 1, you were taking over because your team had setups, right? This round, when the pacing's a bit different, this is where you're struggling a bit more. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, that definitely. I think
you know the
I
secret
struggle
sauce?
a little bit when they're set up.
Oh, we spoke about it and you're still not doing it.
Alpha.
I haven't changed your weapon once.
Oh yeah.
Okay? And this is the thing. This round should have told you that. Right? We haven't had cat control once. What I would have thought straight away is, you know what? We haven't had cat control once. Let's just chill and hold catwalk. But again, the same kind of like situation where you're just spamming that sub, trying to make something happen,
Zone A.
it's a big issue for you. Like, it's going to be an issue for your games. Because it may not necessarily...
Right.
This is a really good example. You went 9-1 in the first round. It's not like you can't shoot back against these guys. What did you go this round? Open the score for me. Okay, so you went 3-7.
3-7.
Better.
Yeah.
That's including assists in a whole round. Now, if this is your first round, I would have said maybe you're not as good as these guys. But the fact that you just went 9-1, that shows me everything. Okay, when they have a setup, when they get the kills, as a sub, it's sometimes difficult to break through. You should again pick up an AR, go to that top, look where the kill comes. You know that building right on top. Like, why not go up there with an AR and just find them? You know they're going to be posted up. You know they're going to be playing pretty corners. And that's what you need to start getting better at. It's when the game's going against you. Is can I use an AR to get me a little bit of control? When the game's flowing, that's fine. Keep a sub out. But sometimes you need to get an AR out and just kind of post up and get a kill or two, push up, then you can get a sub out. It's about map control.
Yeah.
Okay?
Hunting Crimson. Using Alpha.
Play. So you're going to be catwalk. They're going to know you're there. That's three. Get active. I like this. That's fine. They're going to spawn here, so be careful. Pinch him now. Don't shoot. Go behind him. Catwalk. Go behind him. There you go. Okay, I didn't like you jumping out from the same angle you killed him. What I would have loved there is you kill him and then go back to their side and come through their lobby. That was a great play. But I like the route there. Do you see that route? We went through there, wait for the timing, we get the pin. That's why I want to see more decisiveness from you. Right there, that route was everything. Mistake from before now is keeping us in this bad hole. See what you do now. There's a guy top. Oh, we don't want to just go out in this way.
Lost Alpha.
Yeah, still in this one. Okay, that should be 3 now. You know the last guy in your spawn. Been playing off angle here. Okay.
We're running low on lives.
I don't think he's playing.
I think it might be 10 class, hopefully. Oh no, he's timed out. Not what you want to see, is it?
Yeah, I had a feeling somebody would be behind me there.
And okay, this is again the same thing. What have you still not done this whole round? It's actually crazy.
Take AR out.
What is it against the AR that you have? Because it's the third time we spoke about the same thing, right? So what do you think it is? Why are you refusing to get the AR out? Just sit in this corner. Get this round done. Your teammate. Yeah, you might as well forfeit to round, bro. Your teammates out, but that's fine. We'll get you. Yeah, talk to me. What's going on with the AR? Why are you refusing to get it out?
I'm not too sure. I think I was just trying to push their spawn and stuff. But then after my teammate DC'd, it was just they could just stack on it.
Again, I think that's actually important. Like right there, I think you're looking at it a bit different than I would. Like, bro, the round was over before that. Like, when your team at DC, the round was basically over. And again, it comes down to the same thing of control. We're just having no map control.
Take all enemy zones. Securing Zone A.
Oh.
Teammate there's at 4-3. I didn't even realize.
It's 3. He's not playing.
You just sit at the back. Don't worry about playing. Talk to me over it. Don't worry about this game. Just sit at the back. It's fine. Talk to me about this. What do you think this game? Because bro, you went 9-1, and then you guys got tucked for 2 rounds. Okay, so I think that there's a few things. You're not stretching the map enough. And there's so many variables. Like right now, don't worry about playing. I need you to focus on what we're talking about, because this is just like 3 little dope that you don't need, bro. This is what's the most important thing. Like, what do you think went wrong? You talk to me, because you have this time with me now, these next few minutes, to really kind of try to extract some information, okay? So I want you to tell me what you think wrong, and you give me the problems, because I gave you the same solution 3 times in a row, right? About the AR. You never switched over. So that tells me that sometimes you have the information, but you're not making the decision, and there may be a reason why, and I kind of want to help you figure out what it is.
I think the second round, or the one before this, where I jumped down from Cat, I think you were right. I should have went around behind them on B from here. There you.
But again,
right
that's a small detail. So again, don't worry about those small details. Worry about the bigger picture. Like those individual things aren't. That's not what lost you the game. Like think bigger picture. That's just one play. That's just one small scenario, which is again just to really kind of help you out in those niche situations. That didn't lose you the game at all. In fact, you got a kill there, right? So what do you think lost you the game? What do you think you could have done to win the game there? That's the question.
Maybe if I had my AR and had top cat control, we could have been able to pressure A more.
So let's start on that. Did you notice at times that the map was very lopsided? You guys were losing. There were times where you guys had no control on like one side of the map. Did you notice that or not really?
Yeah.
Yeah?
And
okay.
we were spawn trapped the second round, I think.
Yeah. So first round you guys played well. So let's focus on, you guys lost 2 rounds, okay? The third round, this round doesn't even count. Let's focus on the 2 rounds you lost, okay? So when you get in spawn trap, the very first thing, when you get a spawn trap, the very, very first thing that happens, right, is, okay, let me lock in, see where people are. Let me get these kills. Because there's like hundreds of corners that people can sit. So the very first thing you must do is find an area and lock down and stuff like that, okay?
Yeah.
The second thing you do from there is then, once you've got those kills, then you push up and get map control. Now, the submachine guns, their whole idea is to get lost and be annoying and get lost in that area, okay? If you could join me, let's spend 5 minutes going through some stuff, okay? Let's go through it together.
Okay.
You could join through a private game again. Do you need the code?
Yeah. What was it?
46 WZW. Okay, let's start this. Sorry, I was just making sure I had a session at 5. I was just telling him, just give me 5 minutes because I wanted to go through this with you. I think it's quite important. Okay. So if you can meet me middle up, bro, the biggest thing I'll say to you, my friend Karma, is you have the skills right now. You have things that you have, bro. You went 9-1. You have these attributes. Okay, it's just about tying it together. And I want you to have that vision in your head of kind of like not only where they spawn. I think right now, again, correct me if I'm wrong, because it's hard to kind of know everything, right? But one thing I'm seeing personally is like, you know where they're spawning, but you're not really thinking about where they're going from that. You're kind of just thinking, they spawn here, what am I doing? And then you're like, so a lot of the time, again, why I found like it could work in these lobbies, but it might not work in other lobbies, right? A lot of the times what I feel like you were doing is naturally kind of going around here, naturally playing around this middle. That's fine, but you really on this map want to have cat control as a minimum and kind of have an extra layer. But I feel like you guys were like, you had no cat control. And when you were playing around here at certain times, we kind of just gave up cat and we were like looking there, but it's like from the map, I could see certain times where I'm like, I know exactly where they are. So when I told you to take that route, for example, right? It was like, do this, take a route, come through here. Okay, now we go across, we go across. Now we're standing here, okay? Now at this point, and this is where I want you to just, remember what we said in Hacienda when we were playing there well. Remember what we said? Sometimes stop and think. And that's where I want you to have now. The best players, they don't need to stop and think. Why? Because they've had this experience 1,000 times. They go through, they know exactly what to do. They go across and right, they're going to be there now. We're going to wait here. And do you know what they're thinking when they sit in this corner? Because I'll tell you, because I do the similar thing. This is what they're thinking, okay? Right now, the timing. So they spawned up, so I'm going to wait. And they may, I don't know how they do the time. Maybe they have a number or something. But this is what they think. Okay, wait. Okay, so they, for me, I don't really think of it as a number. I think logically that they spawn out. Okay, they've gone through. They're probably gone through pool. Okay, wait. Now. Then I go out and I see no one. Why? Because I worked out the timing. So what I've done is basically, come with me. I basically worked out this. I've worked out, we got 4 down. My teammates are blocking the spawn. I know they're going to spawn back here, okay? For example, let's say I know they're spawning back here. Okay, so now they spawn here. I know roughly they're going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just say roughly 5 seconds, okay? So when I'm standing here, I'm giving that timing. So I wait. So now, by now, they have to be there. If they're not there, that means they've already pushed through middle and catwalk. So you go through, you see them, you go across. Now, again, this is where trigger has been super important. You got to right here, okay? This is where you can be really smart with it. If you really have the discipline and the time, and you see someone standing like this, right? You know what you can do? This is what you can do. If you, again, it's not going to happen all the time. There's just layers to it. If I see you, I stick him, and then I go around this way. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right, I missed you right there. I was terrible. But let's say I stick you, right?
Yeah.
Let's say I stick you, and then I go this way. You're in a better spot because now you've repositioned. Or you go behind him. You're right behind him. Get a knife out, knife him, and then get your gun out. Why? Because you don't want to shoot.
Right.
But this is what you kind of did. Again, it's not a bad play, but could you go there for me? And think logically where I'm going to be and preempt where I'm going to come from, okay? Right? Where you think I'm going to come from based on information. You see that? Because I just shot from there, you're going to be watching that. Okay?
Yeah,
now, same thing.
what I did,
same thing, exactly. Now, same situation, okay? But if I kill one and then I go there, and I maybe like stand there at one pump, be annoying at one pump, I see you there, back away, now you're weak, and I wait for my teammates, and I just kind of hide here, catwalk. I just hide catwalk. That is how you want to play, because now you're worried about catwalk, and now when my teammates are there, when my teammates are where? Like around here? When my teammates are around there, now I jump off catwalk, because now we're at the same time. So again, remember we spoke about waiting for your team, be annoying. That's just one layer too, okay? But the biggest thing, bro, was just the map control. We weren't stretching the map enough at all. Come with me for a second. We're on defense. We're on offense. We're spawning back here. Bro, you were trying to go through with a sub like this. And you were trying to like get through with a sub and like wait here and like see if they're coming from. It's like, you're just playing the wrong game. You're playing an AR game with a sub. You're trying to stretch that. They could be anywhere here. And then you tried to go here. I thought you tried to pick up a weapon. But I'm like, again, you should have had an AR yourself. And then you're getting free. Like, right, I'm standing here. And then you're getting free. And then you're catching a bad timing. But it's like, the whole plan was wrong. We need to be moving as a line. Okay, and then on the other side of it, when we're coming through defense, you're looking at the game very one-dimensionally at times. You're going through here. I would never push through like this, knowing that we have no map control. Why? Because they could always have someone back here. They could always have somebody watching forward, like from here. So what you want to do is you want to catch them in areas where you know that you're safe. And how do we get that from map control? So if your teammates have this whole middle area for free, then you have to assume they have the left. And if they give it to you for free, always assume it's a trap and they have someone watching the pinch. So don't just run out like this either, because they gave it for free. They're going to have someone watching it. So kind of play around. Once you find the player watching it, then you back away. Now you have the information to do what you want. Does that make sense? Give yourself the information. Give yourself, like, we get these kills. We get 3 down. You're standing here, and you're kind of like fluffing about, like standing here. You should be, bro, 3 down. Boom, 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 boom. Go through. You know what? I'm going to go middle. I'm going to chill right here. Team's got the left. I'm going to chill right here. And just give yourself like right there. You see that little pro? Just sit right there. And then your teammate has the left. And then you can go around and just being annoying and stuff like that. Being annoying. Going through. Making sure you're actually like impacting the game. Bro, have an AR out, man. That was the third. I told you the same thing 3 times. That should never happen. And I get for you, it's like, you know, I'm a sub and stuff like that. But we saw it in the Hacienda. We saw it in the Vault. It's like when you have map control, sure. But when you need map control, I just feel like not getting an aims out is just making the game super difficult for you. Now, this is another thing people don't realize, okay? I'll end on this point. People watch this video and they're like, oh, Shotzi is a sub player, okay? It's not a real thing. What I say by that, when I say it's not a real thing, is we've been watching the pros, okay? The top 48 players in the world have their roles and the challenger players. And when you're in a team, you have a role because you're playing for you're playing the same way. You're trying to find patterns of play, right? So you have default things. Okay, the first thing I want to say is when people are pros, do you notice, have you seen Shotzi with the names this year? I've seen him with the names loads of times. Loads of times. So the very first thing, just that, without anything else, the subs are also using an AR. That's the very first thing I would say, right? Okay, second thing is there's flexible. So depending on where you are on the map, people pick up an AR. There'll be times where Shotzi is by himself, he'll pick up an AR and hold the top R. What it means by AR roll is the natural positioning. So let's say we get 4 down, maybe naturally they'll have Shotzi push up and cut lanes. Okay? Do you like cutting lanes? Is that why you kind of play that style? You prefer that?
Yeah, I prefer cutting lanes.
Now this is important.
I think
cutting lanes, sorry, so on this, cutting lanes is a luxury. Okay? So this is what you're saying to me. Oh, I want a 6-pack, but I don't want to go to the gym. I like it. But I'm like, okay, people look at Hydra and Shotzi, and the reason I'm so passionate about this is because I've been in that situation. I want to play like Hydra. You can't play like Hydra unless there are other people doing their roles. You can't play like Hydra unless there's a scrap doing a scrap thing or a Sky's doing a Sky's thing. If I'm not saying Hydra can't adapt. You know what Hydra would do? He would get an AR out. He would do this, pick up areas.
Right.
So you just need to make sure you're putting yourself in the scenario. Now, why it's even more crazy in rank play is you're playing solo queue Karma. And I have a question for you, Big Karma, okay? You were running a sub, right? If all three of your teammates did the exact same thing as you, do you guys think you would win or lose more games?
Lose more.
Okay, not because of your skill, because of your play style. You had one play style, it wasn't adaptable. I always say this in my videos. I want you to be the flexible player. What the flexible player does is he can play AR, play sub, cut lanes, hold hill, buy his time, play his life, be annoying, do everything. And what he does is, depending on the map, he picks up pockets. And this may not be the most fun play style, because sometimes you may have to do the boring stuff, but are you trying to win, or are you trying to have fun, Karma, or are you trying to win while having fun? What bucket do you fit in the three? Because if you say to me, listen, I have a job, I want to have fun, I don't really care too much, I would say, you know what, cut lanes, enjoy yourself, not a problem.
No,
okay?
I want to win and get better.
Now, I want to be important about this. That's not a bad scenario, but you know, when someone's paying me for coaching, I can't give you the advice that isn't for you. If you're paying me for coaching, I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm going to be harsh with you, and I'm going to put you on the path that I believe is the best. And that path is being flexible. I shouldn't have to tell you the same thing 3 times in one session. Get an AR, get an AR, get an AR. Now, that's not me telling you off either. It's me showing you where we've had that same... That was a big part of the problems today. And even when we spoke about it after the Hacienda, when the vault came, I didn't have to say anything. That should have been an automatic switch in the round 2. Is that fair?
Right. Yeah, that's definitely fair. Especially, I think, round 2 when we were spawn trapped.
Bro, round 1, you did your thing. That was the point. Round 1, you did your thing. But the round 2, and the crazy thing was, round 1, things went well and you played well. But I want to be here for when things aren't well. So I'm glad that the round 2 happened. I'm glad you guys got spawn trapped. But you know what's crazy? If you just took an AR out and got a kill or 2, you could have put the momentum back on your side. So you know all these things that happened after your teammates lose, fall, and leave, and all that stuff, like that could be avoided by just making sure we're playing the right way. Now, should they have the composure and stay? Absolutely. But guess what? I don't even know who they are, Karma, so I can't talk for them. I could talk for me and you.
Yeah.
You are a great player. You have great ability, great fundamentals. I need you to just clean them up and put them together.
Yeah, I think I could have been more flexible. I mean, we couldn't really change the bar for both games. My teammates wanted to surrender or they left or something. But I definitely think there's a lot to improve there.
I look at that as well and say, what could I have done to make it so that my teammates didn't feel like we were losing the game? Now, again, they shouldn't feel like that. It's stupid from them. But that's what we're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're trying to work on.
Yeah.
All right? Perfect. Do you have any questions?
No, not in terms of the gameplay. I did want to ask, like, I want, like, in a couple of weeks if we can do this again.
Yeah, no, for sure. Absolutely. We'll get something sorted, all right? Let's end the video there. Anything you want to say to the stream or the video?
Shout out to Arv, man. I've been watching his videos for a long time. He's always really helpful.
Thank you. I appreciate that a lot, man. That's very, very kind of you, man. It was a pleasure. Shout out to my boy Karma. You were the best, bro. And I'll catch you for another one tomorrow. Peace.